Hi, I am Linda. I'm from Nutrisystem, and today we've taken our Nutrisystem Live show on the road. So we are down in Nashville, and we dropped by a recording studio for some of our special customers, which is Selah. Selah has been on the program for a little while. We thought we would drop in and just say check in on them. Plus, they're doing some recording today, so we wanted to talk to them about their music, where they are with Nutrisystem, and just kind of catch up on what's going on in Nashville. So, introduce yourself.
How you doing, Linda? Hey, I'm Todd.
I'm Amy.
And we have Allan, but he has like 102-degree temperature, so he is not here today in the studio. But yeah, the three of us make up Selah.
So welcome. This is so great to finally meet you guys. We've been in contact through email for a long time. We've been just talking to you guys about Nutrisystem and so forth, and we've been really excited to have you guys on the program. So what you guys have been doing is amazing. You've been sharing on your Facebook page, on Twitter, on Instagram, all of your success. So it is so great. It's so refreshing to see the type of honesty with which you are approaching this. So we at Nutrisystem, we love to get people's stories on how well they're doing. It's one of the main joys that we have every day when we go into work, is to know that we're affecting people's lives and that they're doing all these great things. So if you guys want to, so first, I know we have some things to cover. So we were going to talk about your weight loss, but we also want to talk about your music. So you guys have some Dove Awards. So why don't you tell us about those?
Yeah, we've been around for about 20 years. We've sold about 5 million albums and singles, and we've won about 8 Dove Awards, which is the that's okay, which is the gospel music equivalent to the Grammys. Yeah, what else? How many albums have we done? I guess we've done.
Well, I've been with you guys
albums.
11 years,
yeah,
and I've done like 4. No, it's a lot of music, and we have new stuff coming up.
Right.
Like really exciting. In fact, we're in the studio today recording a Christmas song to add to. We're doing a Rose of Bethlehem Deluxe, which is really exciting. I'm not a huge Christmas music person, and I say there because I'm not on the record, but their Rose of Bethlehem is one of the most beautiful Christmas records I've ever heard, and so I'm really excited that we're doing a deluxe album. We're adding 4 songs to that.
We have a Greatest Hymns project that comes out. It's kind of a collection of hymns
with some new stuff on it with me, which is going to be exciting. Yeah. And then a new record in the spring. I think we just finished the single. So lots of music. It's hard to keep track of it all, but we're excited.
I actually just came out with a solo album.
Yes.
Or it comes out August 26th, but the single is called Calling All Fathers.
Oh, you guys, especially dads, men out there, you need to listen to this song. I think everyone needs to play it in their church on Father's Day. It is a beautiful song. I mean, he's a beautiful writer.
It's basically just calling us to be the men we're supposed to be, being the dads that we're supposed to be. There's a lot of times where when I look in the mirror, I don't feel like I measure up. I don't love my wife or my kids the way that I should, and so it's really just a challenge to be better at that, be more intentional at that. So that's what it is.
That's great. And when listening to your music, you have such a unique, not just for your individual, but for your as a group, you have such a great blend of voices, and so how you do that is just amazing. So I know that I'm not the music geek. So do you guys like sing it all together, or do you sing separately and you're tuning in? How does that work? I mean, I'm just a novice.
We do different. Sometimes we do our parts individual, depending on like who's the lead vocal will sing, and then the other 2 will come in and harmonize. But I think especially on like the really intense, big, heavy stuff, Todd and I do really well singing at the same time.
Right.
Because on stage it's like that. You play off each other. Right. You're kind of sensing where the other one's going. And so a lot of times, this studio's huge, so we couldn't see each other yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see, there's a room over there. That's where Amy was yesterday. And then this room right behind me is where I was. And so we can hear each other. We couldn't see each other, but we just kind of feed off of each other. And
but
a lot of times when we record, we'll do that.
In the studio we record at, we can see each other. And so it's just really helpful to I don't know, because Todd kind of digs in, and it's just good to, I don't know, you play off each other. And I think we've sung together so long, we breathe together a lot now. It's just natural. It wasn't at first, obviously, but 11 years singing with the same person, we kind of just, there's I don't know if the word synergy, but
I know it's a great testament to. I mean, you guys are all. I mean, I know Allan's not here, but I know you guys are all great singers, and individually you have an individual thing that you do and that you bring to kind of the table, and then when you combine all those, it's really great. I mean, I love it. You guys are a great band.
Thank you.
So, switching gears a little bit into Nutrisystem. So you guys started the program It's like
5 weeks ago. We
March?
started in May.
You started
So
in
it's
May.
only been-
Sorry, you started in May. So this is. So you want to just tell me what it's been like? What does what are the changes that you're seeing?
Yeah, I would say first of all, just huge gratitude and thankfulness to Nutrisystem. Like, I mean, we're so grateful for you guys and reaching out to us and saying, hey, what do you think about doing this? Because it really allowed us last year we tried to lose a lot of weight, and I think collectively we lost about 5 pounds.
Oh no!
and we've all struggled with our weight for years.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you're traveling on planes, you're getting on stage, just feeling unhealthy. I've got 4 girls. I've got twins that are 13 and a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old, and they're Ellie, Abby, Kate, and Charlotte. And just playing with them, jumping on the trampoline or swimming, and having to stop because I'm so exhausted because of how overweight I am. So this has been something that's really been important for us to do, because we need to do it. And so you guys really help just bring synergy as far as us collectively getting together and going, okay, we're going to all do this together. We're all going to be on the same plan at the same time. And so, okay.
And accountability.
Accountability, I love it. If you look at our Selah Facebook page, you go back a little bit, we literally stood on scales when we were at our top weight and posted that. What was that like for you?
That was really hard. I mean, back in 2010, I did a very, very strict, you only ate like 500 calories a day kind of diet. And I lost 80 pounds in 10 months, and I felt like a crazy person. And I lost my hair. I mean, I was depleted.
I lost all my hair.
And I did. I mean, I felt like I was starving to death. And I was cheating all the time, and then there's a lot of shame. For those of you who diet a lot, you know that shame comes with, oh, I ate outside the plan. And it was really, really hard. And then I got pregnant, and I just gained it all back super fast. I mean, even my doctors were like, you shouldn't gain this much weight in your first trimester. But I'm like, I'm coming off of nothing. And so getting back to that number was really painful. And two, you know, you feel like as you're losing weight, you feel good. And you start to feel like victory, like I have this. And so when you gain it back, you start to feel there's all this kind of like shame and guilt that comes with it. And then to meet people who are like, you inspired me to lose 100 pounds and look, and I'm like, wow, I can't inspire myself to lose 1 pound right now. What is happening? And so just feeling all these feelings, just overwhelmed. And so last year we thought we're going to lose this weight, and I lost like maybe 10 pounds, and I gained it back, and there was no accountability, and I've done pretty much, I could tell you, almost every diet known to man, and I failed them all. And
we even had a radio station up in Michigan, some good friends of ours, call us every 2 weeks to check in for accountability, and we still didn't do it. They were great, but we still did not keep our part of the bargain.
And it just got to be so frustrating to almost where I would go through periods of like, forget it. I'm not doing anything but eating what I want. And, you know, traveling, like I have a 4-year-old at home, and so I would come home and there would be no groceries in the house, and I'd be exhausted, and I'd be like, let's just order pizza. And so I would start ordering pizza, like, I don't know, once a week. It got so bad in the early days. When my 4-year-old was 2, if the doorbell rang, he would be like, pizza. And I was like, it's the neighbor. I didn't order pizza today. But that was like, you know, Pavlov's dog, like, the doorbell, it's pizza time. And so we were out of control. And for a long time I would try these, you know, crazy fad diets or something, and then I'd be like, hey guys, want to do it with me? And they were like, no, we don't want to do this with you. So then on the road, one of us would be really strict and the other 2 wouldn't. And so then I'm like, well, they're eating a cheeseburger, so I'm going to eat it. And so with this, I don't know, we had the email, I don't even know who sent the first email about, hey, should we try this? And I remember thinking, I don't think the boys are going to go for it. And when they both said, we really want to do this, I'm like, oh, another diet. I failed so many. And I think I was at that point where I just didn't want to feel like a failure again.
Right.
You know, it's hard enough just being a mom and being a wife. And when you add all that kind of just food shame,
Agreed.
I didn't want to do it again. And they were both so excited. And I thought, you know what, I owe it to them and I owe it to myself to give this one more try. And so I said, okay, I guess I'm in. And honestly, in the weeks leading up to us discussing it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm starting Nutrisystem. I mean, I really was not excited. I was not enthusiastic. I mean, I was literally like, the boys are going to lose a ton of weight, and I'm probably going to lose 3 pounds like I always do. This is going to be miserable. But that, I mean, it's just, honestly, it's 30 years of, you know, weight issues and bullying and all of that stuff. It weighs on you, and you just listen to the self-doubt. And so I'm like, okay. And then as we actually got together and started talking about doing it, they were so excited, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a try, but if the food's nasty, I'm out.
That
like,
was my biggest
I
concern.
cannot eat yucky food
was that we were going to be
anymore.
eating tree bark, because it's like, I don't know what Nutrisystem, how their food is, how it tastes.
It's true.
And it's like, if we just, okay, they're going to give us a month worth of food here, and so I've got to just kind of go through this and eat, dirt or whatever it's going to taste like.
I was so worried.
And it's fantastic. I mean, it's the food really.
I'm not gonna lie, the first
there's probably
morning.
one thing that I wasn't crazy about, but everything else I have loved. I mean, I really have. What were you gonna say?
The first morning, I chose the chocolate muffin. I thought I'm gonna start this plan with chocolate, So the first morning, and it's like a really big kind of package, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so good. And I tore it open, and the muffin is like that big, and I was like, that's the smallest muffin I've ever seen. And I was like, okay, it's my breakfast. Like, I'm just gonna eat it. And so I ate it, and I was like, that was so good. Why can't I have 2 more? But honestly, I think food-wise, there's only been, I don't like donuts in general, and so I didn't care for the donut. But my son ate it. He was like, Mommy, you don't want your donut? And he straight up ate that thing like super fast and was like, this is so good. And my husband loves it. But I think there's only been 1 or 2 things where I'm like, that's not like my
the cinnamon rolls are amazing. The chocolate muffins are amazing.
The biscotti's life-changing.
The biscotti is like
The
No, in my
snack,
morning coffee
is
is
it
like
the
the
chocolate
perfect-
pretzel bar?
Yep, the chocolate pretzel bar.
That's like, because we travel so much. So that was another big concern, was how realistic is this going to be when we hit the road? Because typically it's late, fast food is the only thing that's open. And so it's really hard to stay healthy.
Right.
And with the dry food, the packaged food, you can go anywhere for a really long time and you can do it. And so with us, we called ahead to all of our promoters, and we told them, we need you to make these menu items
From the leaf.
From Leaf,
The Leaf,
Nutrisystem.
Nice plug for the website.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
good. What did they make? The first show, they made the chicken with the black beans and the corn, and
It was the chicken with the black beans and corn.
We don't
but
know
it
what
was
it's
really
called,
good.
and it was
Really good.
so good, and it was fulfilling. And Allan had said right before the show, he said, "Gosh, I don't feel bloaty and full. Like, 'cause normally you would eat real fast, and then like go get ready
Go
to sing,
and it's really hard.
you're like you feel full." And he said, "Man, I feel really great." And I just remember thinking, I don't feel full and gross before I go sing. So it was really nice to have just that healthy dinner that was, a flex meal for us. And it was great. And the promoters are really going, wow, we're excited they're doing this. So we're going to make sure we do this recipe exactly the way it's supposed to be and give them exactly what they need to succeed. And so we're just really grateful for that, for our fans and the people bringing us in who are supporting and not, because sometimes you can email ahead and go, hey, the guys are kind of on a diet, and then you get there and there's still like, cookies and desserts, and you're like, but I can't have those, and then you're just sitting there staring at a cookie all night long.
And the cookie is calling your name. The cookie is saying,
the cookie wants you.
But I brought Nutrisystem cookies
Yeah, I
for after
know.
the
They're
show.
good.
Like, I had my oatmeal raisin cookie. So it's manageable. And I don't feel like a crazy person.
Well, I think that brings up another really good point. A lot of times, so with what I really like too about this diet is, do you call it a diet, or you want to say diet,
eating
or
plan.
eating plan, whatever. There's no pills, and there's no, hey,
thank
take
God.
this 30 minutes before and take this 15 minutes later, because my wife and I tried that, and you forget, or you're busy. It's like, here's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and these snacks, and then you can eat all these vegetables you want.
Oh, the vegetables.
And so it's
so many vegetables.
yeah, it's just, but you get to eat ice cream, and you get to eat, pretzels.
The ice cream sundae thing.
So you're not holding yourself back from anything. It's just smaller portions.
It is.
So
I know. I think the portion control is really where it's at, because I want to have ice cream and I want to have cookies and all that stuff. So I mean, it's great that you can get it in a portion that's healthy. There's no artificial colors or flavors or sweeteners. So that part's really great.
Well,
I
and
love
if
that.
you're looking at even the stats, though, like I looked at the donut, and then I just kind of Googled like Krispy Kreme, and I was like, okay, so it's half of it's more than half of the fat, and
Right.
and so even if I did feel like I needed something extra during the day and I needed an extra snack outside of the plan, I don't feel like I'm cheating, because I'm like, that only had 3 grams of fat in it, and it had so few calories, and so it's really taken away that almost like shame that you have when you just really have a craving.
When you
And for us
cheat,
women,
right?
we have more cravings, I think,
I
than
don't
the
know.
men. They get
I
more
get
food,
late night-
ladies. They
late
get
night
more
cravings.
food, and they lose it faster. I was writing, my husband decided to do it with me. I asked him, please do this with me. And of course, the first month he lost 14 and a half pounds. He lost more than me. But I was writing out, I love my husband. He's a genius, but he codes and he's in IT.
He's
so
a
he's
nerd.
like the matrix
He's
inside
really
of his head. So he doesn't think about like meal prep until he's ravenous. And so I was like, well, if we're going to do this, I'm going to like take care of everything. And so I was writing out like, you know, breakfast, he has a Nutrisystem breakfast, and then his snack is this, and then his lunch is this, and the power fuels and stuff. And then I was like, why do I feel like this doesn't look right? So then I opened the girl book, and I was like, oh, he gets more carbs than I do. And I was like, you suck. And I wrote it out, and then I even texted the boys a picture of my little, you know, what I wrote out, and I put it up on the counter. And so every morning when I go to look, I have boy and girl. I'm reminded he gets more carbs than me. But that's okay, because you can also tell by when we get our snacks that you guys have done the research on when a female needs carbs and doesn't need them. So like I don't get them till the afternoon, but it's like the perfect little pick-me-up to have my fruit in the afternoon with, you know, some nuts or whatever, my yogurt, whatever my power fuel
chocolate
is.
pretzel bar, because those are really good.
But it's like, okay, you guys have done the research, and I obviously don't eat a bunch of carbs in the morning. You know, it's good to not have to think about it, but at the same time trying to learn and go, so if I'm, you know, once I'm at my goal weight and I'm not on a plan anymore, this is how I need to eat and snack. So, I mean, it's almost like a no-brainer, really. It's really great. We love it. We're so excited.
We absolutely love it that you guys are doing it. So we talk about, you know, the people who are on their journey. So you guys are like kind of on your way. You're not there yet. You still have like goals ahead of you. So we are so enjoying watching you on your path, and we are so happy that you're part of this and that you're kind of part of the family. It's really kind of cool. So are we getting any questions, Robin?
Lots of comments about how much people love you guys.
Oh,
no
you guys
question.
are awesome.
And to everyone who's been praying for us and encouraging us, thank you all so much. That has meant so much to us. So, yeah, any questions?
I don't see
No?
no
Okay,
No
great.
comments? Okay.
So we're going to say thank you again for what you guys are doing for us, and I mean what we're doing together. So but you guys are awesome, and we love it that you're on the plan and that you guys are putting yourselves out there with weighing yourselves. But we want to check back in with you and see how you're doing, and we continue to like and share all of your things on Facebook and on Instagram, all the things that you're doing. So thank you so much for taking this time with us. And
Do you want us to tell how much we've lost
Oh,
so
sure.
far?
Well, I have been out of town all week, so I just have my weight from when we did our 1 month weigh-in, and I'm at 13 pounds. So I'm hoping by the time I get home tomorrow, well, actually, what's tomorrow? Thursday? I don't usually weigh the day after I fly because I retain water, because that's what women do. So Friday, I will weigh Friday, and I will be honest and post whatever that number is, and we'll see what it is.
good for you. I love your honesty. It's so
It
refreshing.
could be scary, but we'll
And
see.
Alan, who's sick, who's not here, he lost 16
He just
pounds.
said 17. He's down another
17.
pound. He told me the other day he's down another
Okay.
pound.
So good.
And,
Of course
yeah.
he is. He's
And then, are we? Now, I'm probably going to wait until the next month to post my.
I might. It
stuff,
depends
but-
on how awesome Friday goes, but I'm gonna. It's hard though when you're gone for 5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
You think you're doing. Yeah, I've been on plan, but you know, I want to make. Yeah, I always try to weigh when I get back in town. Just
All right,
to
knock our
see
socks off. Tell us how much you weigh.
I've lost 30. So.
No, I mean
So good.
congratulations.
I know that.
Okay, but he's like super. He used to be really like he is athletic. So for me, like going to the gym means I walked for 30 minutes, and he's like, I cycled 20 miles, and I did, you know, whatever. I burned 9,000 calories. I'm like, oh,
I'm doing
that's
Orange
great.
Theory too. That's
Oh, yeah,
which
that's
is
really
twice
great.
a week.
Yep.
Like
Orange
I did
Theory's
it this
great.
morning, and it was 50 minutes, and I think I burned 900 calories. So it's great. But
that's great.
the food has been the biggest thing, because
Yeah.
like late night snacking that's my downfall. And so knowing that, okay, I've got to do vegetables, or I get this snack, but then I can do all these vegetables I need. Those choices and portion control, I mean, that's what's really changed everything. So.
Well, right. I've read that it's 80% what you eat and 20% of what your exercise is, which I found really distressing considering the amount of time that I actually spend exercising, because I exercise a whole lot. But that 80% is really, you know, your food. So, you know, portion control and eating well. I think those are all great. So So, anything else you guys wanted to share?
You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. It's at Selah Online, SELAH Online, and also go to Facebook and like our page there and keep up with us because we're going to be updating. We'll post different snacks, things like that, so you can and food that we like and what we're doing. So yeah.
Biscotti, she loves it.
No, my next order is going to be all chocolate biscotti and margarita pizza. You're like, what's wrong with this girl? I want pizza every day and chocolate biscotti every morning.
I know, it's really great.
It's so good.
It is. It's so good. Thank you guys so much for taking time. They are
you.
recording today, so they
Yes.
took extra time out of their schedule for us to meet with us. So thank you guys so much, and thanks for being on the program. And we will check back in. Thank you. Bye.